What's up, everybody? What the deal, y'all? What's good? Got my water here. Well, these days getting hotter, we gotta stay hydrated as well as this hair. I gotta go wash it out. Hit it up with some nice. I got some nice hair pomade. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that after I get freshened up. Nevertheless, I said let me come out now to do another video. And don't get me wrong, I know it might be kind of hard to look at as you may be driving or just the look that's upon me with the wild hair. You know what I'm saying? I may not be all muscular like everybody want me to be, or get all fresh and everything, da 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 da. But let me tell y'all something. I can read the signs out there. I know that people would like to see me in a better condition physically, but I have to come out and say that I've been. Everybody got their struggles, right? And we know how hard it is to stay consistent on a workout regimen. Big shout outs to all of those who out there getting fit, lean. They all cut up. That's good. It contributes to something, and it goes to show that they have the willpower to, you know, get themselves in shape. That's good. But I have intentionally been doing what I've been doing for quite some time to see how things pan out. And I was hoping and still hoping that people can see that I move in the spirit. Now, the spirit and the physical certainly goes together. And I know how the book talks about when a man become of God, he changes. Not just his physical appearance, but his energy level. Everything about that man changes. Some things about me, a lot of things about me, I feel have changed. And actually, there's more to come for as long as God give me breath. Because my mission here on earth is not done. Far from it. And let me tell y'all, there's a lot of tricks and games that's been played out here, and a lot of false pretenses and prophecies that people think is just. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people feel, which is why I see why a lot of brothers in particular is scared to step up and speak. Some people might not even have the spirit because, with all respect, dude, I'm not throwing shade out there, but for all my brothers who are big and muscular and brolic and consider themselves kings and bosses, they got money, they got honeys, they got cars, they got the house. Are those the ones out here really putting in the work to talk to the people? Do they take a bus ride and talk to the people on the bus? Do they express their anger in ways? Now, we do got brothers who articulate their ways through the music, and that's good. Sometimes I feel like I ought to get up on that wave too. But I can say that I have been doing so through my freestyle poetry, in which I have completed a few more. I just haven't put it out yet, because I won't lie. I've been battling with that which is inside of me. And like I said, I've been giving things time to manifest, meaning I've been, like I said, I've intentionally been doing some things onto myself because of what people may be saying or feel that they know about life and the condition that I'm in, so on and so on, such as, I hear people, I know how to pick up on the energy and the subliminal messages, and even when somebody may be talking in a circle, they talking to me too, or they could be talking about somebody else or whatnot. I know that world. Trust me. Some people talk about cancer and this and that. I'm not worried about cancer. I'm moving the spirit. Yo, stop the smoking of this and stop the smoking of that. We have to get more knowledge, brothers and sisters, of how the spiritual world really works and how it is manifesting and permeating out into the physical realm. I thought by me walking my walk that I would be living proof. But it's like people can't even discern that. They can't see it. Even if powers is coming onto me, which helps with my sustenance through other people who may be on the other side, if you could get what I'm saying. For the people that I may have for me praying on my behalf to stay upon earth and everything that encompasses it, as far as sustainability, yes, indeed, it is appreciated, certainly is, because I pray for the world too. I don't only pray for me when I make my prayers, man. It's just that it gets so hard, man, to try to talk all the time. I said it in my videos a long time ago. I cannot engage everyone that I see and just want to speak to. And so I question what I say, do people spread the word? Do they take it in and may put it out in a different way that could possibly be more digestible onto people? Could it be more articulated? If so, I don't mind. Great, that's what we ought to do. So I get worried when we got grand masters and master teachers, Shriners and theologians and Masons and all this going on. And I'm like, this is the state that we're still in? Now I know, let's say for instance, when I become of serious prominence, that I can't just wake everybody up like that. Come on now. That's evident. But I keep my mind on the collective. And I move in spirit. I'm walking faith, man. I'm still here. I'm not crying out for money. I'm not crying out for housing. I'm not salivating over women with their voluptuousness and all of that. I have been abstinent. Yo, man, it's like a lot of people taking this for a joke. They're taking it for a game, man. Let me move on. Let me continue on. Look. I know a lot of people have some faith issues because I know that people fear the unknown. But we gotta drop that fear. As true as it is, that about fearing the unknown and whatever other things that could be going on out here or within your life that's bringing fear onto you or conjuring up fear in your heart and mind, we have to find ways to dead it, to get it on up out of here, because it's going to really keep us, and it's been keeping us from our divinity, from our true reparations, which has nothing to do with money, because we're not going to get it the way we think we ought to here in America. Because we got to go back home to Africa. This whole world got to be resetted. And by resetting the world, what I mean by that, particularly, this is a man's world. Yes, women have power. I'm not trying to get into this conversation about who was here first, men or women, this, that, and the third. I could break that down, man. Anybody who want to speak about that, I could break that down. As I have before, and to other people that I spoke to out there, but do they go out there and lay it on to another brother or sister? I think not. I think what we have out here is a lot of brothers who want to get this knowledge and want to come out here and be all charming, look to be a priest or whatever. Next thing you know, they get caught up with child molestation charges and this, that, and the third. There's a lot of things that we're battling out here. I don't boast, I don't brag. I just say what I feel. I express myself. I talk about things that I've witnessed, my observances that I make throughout the day. This is it. This is here. This is me right now. Look. I'm really cracking down on what's happening with Africa and African people throughout the world. As I said before, in regards to my Oreo cookie theory, because this has nothing to do with color, but color is quite circumstantial in regards to certain things, such as demographics and whatever else we can compartmentalize it with. The African blood is dominant. Do you know how important and pertinent that is? African blood is dominant. So, for as dominant as African blood is, as I said before, African people are the only ones that can truly attain the full glory of God and bring heaven upon earth or hell upon earth. So who do you think is really responsible for all of this, brothers and sisters? Now, our European and Asian brothers and sisters got a lot going on. But like I just broke bread real quickly with a brother that I just met right here at the square here in Best-Style. I told him, I said, yo, you know, if you go into that grocery store, you go to the bread aisle, and you look at the bread, some of the bread packaging will say what? Enriched bread. Y'all know what enriched means. So I say, yo, if I was to get a white woman, a so-called white woman or Asian woman, respectfully, and I'll go in on to her, and we look to establish a covenant and have kids, have babies, my blood of African descent will enrich her. And that's just factual, that's science. I'm not coming out of no book. That's science. So as dominant as we is, what's up? These political games and politics that's being played upon us still, that keeps us docile, and a lot of people are still fearful. We're not going to see what we ought. Listen, it's not going to happen here in America, y'all. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's like we're not getting it. I know we fought for a lot here, y'all. I know we fought for a lot here in America. We've been through a lot. And this is not a game what I be talking about. What I'm about to say could be considered as, oh, he's an extremist or a terrorist. That's what they would try to paint me as or whatnot. Or make it seemingly be. But consider, by everyone getting their ancestral results and going back home, amongst their tribal brothers and sisters to rebuild, reconstruct, and revive the African nation and that of the world. Until we do that, everything is going to continue to be how it is. Because since we like to talk about we are of the chosen, well then everything begins with us as it has. Human civilization, oldest bones of human civilization was found where? So how long are we going to keep talking on these things without really moving on it? And so in regards of us that have fought for so much here, I guess for those who want to stay, you can stay. But you're going to stay and we're going to stay at a price that is going to increase upon our soul and that of spirit. Spiritual taxation will continue to take place, which is in form of chastisements from not adhering to the universal God force, to whom the force works through people. I put it like this. Let's all get our results. Let's all go back home. Let's regroup with our tribal men and women and let the reset button be hit all over the world. We can still enjoy good times with one another. We can rebuild civilizations. We can have high rises in Africa, which they already established. We can have amusement parks. We can have skating rings. We can have go-kart centers, etc., etc. but who have the faith to do so, to know that's in the willpower, in the fight within to sustain. Don't the book talk about endurance? So we've been continuing to endure here in America at what price? At what cost? We got all these brilliant lawyers, all these wonderful doctors and nurses, and et cetera, of African descent here in America, but there's strength in numbers. And we only represent 16% in America, African people, which may be a low number, but we have a lot of power. Because let us boycott. Let us, like I said, I keep going back to the things that I say, and I'm getting tired of it. This is why I'm getting tired of talking, and the spirit is dying. Look, man, look. We are the salt of the earth, right? We're the cream of the crop. We are dominant. We are of dominance. We're God's chosen. We're the melanated, genetically designed to be kings and queens. All these wonderful, spectacular things. What is keeping us held back? Don't tell me money, man. Don't tell me money. It goes further than that, deeper than that. And I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna give 5 names: Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Sean Puffy, P. Diddy. Who else? Who else out there that got it going on like that? And let's say Spike Lee. How many billions we talking right there just with those 5? I didn't even drop the other female and male actors, actresses, R&B singers, rappers, baseball players, basketball players, football players that's making 6 figures and better. That's right here in America with the 16% that we represent collectively of different tribes. What's up? The last time anybody took a walk through Harlem, the Mecca, where the Harlem Renaissance took place, and look at it today. We think things is getting better for humanity because we're getting nice buildings, contemporary buildings, nice flashy cars, phones, TVs. That's what we selling out for. That's what we continuing to endure for. Oh, you want a clothing store? You want another tattoo shop? You want to host a radio show? That's good. But what is it doing? For all the great women and men of renown that came before us, even when we read about millionaires in the 60s, 50s here in America. As far as I'm concerned, Harlem should have been the new Black Wall Street. Long time ago. The brother Dr. Umar Johnson, or excuse me, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, which is his new reclaimed name. And I respect that, because that brother put in work and he speaks a lot of truth. And if he's seemingly made out to be a scam artist, That's possibly because of what he's going through and battling with within this system that is constructed to keep us from really rising and gaining financial empowerment. I ain't one to mock the brother and others that's out there putting in some work. I don't do that. I'm not like y'all out there who continue to, give into that. Y'all want to make memes and all this and talk this and that about these people who are doing things. How come he don't have his school up by now? How about that? Come on, man. So all this African talk, see, what happened is, and it's sad, because I'm going back to what I was talking about with the brother with the enriched bread and the enrichment of the blood onto other women. See, if I was to if I was to get a white woman, she got to be down with this brown and where I'm going. That's how important legacy is. That's how important covenants is. And this is exactly why I respect my European and Asian brothers and sisters, because they know it. And they keep their family ties strong. However, things have to be put into question as to where the African nation is. Because I'm telling you, let me get a European, if I was to get one. If. She got to be down with this brown. And due to the natures of law, the woman become yours, y'all become a union, but this is a man's world. Isn't it so? When we like to talk about and speculate about, or conspire against, this is a white man's world, white supremacy. If there's white supremacy, there's black supremacy. There's brown supremacy. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? When we look at these movies like Game of Thrones, there's a lot of things in there that we can pick up and use, because they showing us in films qualities of family units and covenants, dominance, civilization. We really think money gonna save us, man. And I see it's embedded in our heads. It's been ingrained, y'all, and I can't stand the fact that it has been ingrained in us like that. But we have to break from that, isn't it? Isn't it evident? Another reason why I give the Jewish people their respects in regards of them making sacrifices to be where they are today. Asians too. Chinese people, you find them everywhere all over the world, prospering. They don't gotta have the fanciest cars, but they got their house in order. No matter how big or small that house may be, their house is in order. They establish wonderful unification amongst one another. So we out here mixing at what cost? Man, yo, I tell you, man. Yo. And for what we really looking for and trying to establish as far as Africa being rebuilt and us going back home, trust me, we're going to have to sacrifice these wanting of these nice cars. I would love to see if my brothers was to wise up, drop the Beamers, drop the Lexus and all of that, and get like caravans, utilitarian vehicles in which they can help a person from this borough or that borough to move this, to move that, and to establish more communion. We don't gotta have all these fancy cars out here. How long we go? Yo, and don't get me wrong, I know that with all the stuff that we go through, we want these comforts. We want the comforts. But even such a comfort of wanting these lavish things and these luxurious things that didn't come by good means, come with a heavy price. And is it worth it? Is it worth the price? Look how bad we're doing with economics. The very words that we use is self-explanatory. So I see things out here too where it's like a lot of brothers out there that's doing bad with all the drugs selling and all of this, all this blood money. You getting what you getting and still may be afloat because of the separation of those who got the knowledge, who are considered poor righteous teachers, i.e. But judgment day comes too. Every yo, what I look, man, I feel we are just totally out of order. And we're not really ready to make that sacrifice. But when are we? We should be. I see these games that's being played out here where I'm reading energy, and women know how to pick up energy too. When I look upon them, especially white women, when I look upon them, they know when somebody's looking at them and the energy is on them. Now, we may, as fellas, be tantalized, or we may be attracted to what we see in regards of the nice clothes with the great appealing colors and the voluptuousness on them. They got their little round brownies, and they got their, good little biscuits and all of that. Yeah. But I don't get all crazy over that. Now, I have been deprived of such because, like I said, I'm still, because of my circumstances, abstinent or celibate. But don't think that that's going to drive me to just want to go out there and do something stupid or get crazy, just intentionally get a white woman, because I'm glad I just said that, because now I'm going to speak something else too. I had advancements spoken to me subliminally. Yes, I have. Do you hear me? But I'm not getting down with that. I ain't no sellout. Let me give you something. I was on the J train. I was coming from Domino Park one day, and some Jewish. Wait, was it that one? Was it the J train or was it the? No, it was the shuttle train from Franklin. Yeah, it was the shuttle line. Okay, where some Jewish sisters came on, looking at me because they know they got the knowledge. Even Dr. Umar Ifatun, broke it down, where they know the investments of what they see, and they will get a brother who's down, who looks like he's down and put down by his own people, and then bring him up because they know the investment. And that's where contracts and i.e. covenants come into play. They know how to amplify that. They know how to, not, I think that's the wrong word. They know how to invest in that. Moving forward, had 3 Hasidic Jewish sisters come on the train. One sat right next to me, and the other sat across. It was 3 of them, and she was talking to me subliminally. She was messing with her fingers like this. She sat down, intentionally touching on her ring finger, right next to me and hitting to me. Some people out there may be like, yo, come on, man. She was just fiddling with her fingers and da-da-da. I'm not no fool, man. Don't insult my intelligence. Because for those who out there that know what I'm talking about, y'all know. And for those who don't, to hell with y'all if y'all talking bullshit. But like I said, she was twiddling with her fingers. She was looking back and forth at me, making some subtle cues and hints. People don't even know how to read body language and how suggestive it is. I do. But I didn't get with that. And she was cute. They got some fine Jewish women, respectfully, of all nations, of all ethnic groups. But I didn't go that route. And I see where I can do that. I see where I could increase in size and get with them and this and that. But I look to get of my own primarily. But I see why I'm held at odds and variance against my very own too, because of how the spirit is moving things out here. Not only the spirit, but also the games that Satan is playing out here, that keep those who don't know no better and they not in tune with spirit, they keep them docile. And that's why I said I'm even put at odds and variance against my own people, because they don't know no better. And you know how hard it would take to get through to a lot of them out there, a lot of y'all. But the ends always justify the means thereof. And so now, because of the circumstances, I could be as charming as I want to a sister, but what? Where I'm gonna move her into? I'm a U.S. citizen, born citizen, and a lot of things is held against me. So I see where it's like, even regards of getting a job, where I put out applications, and I got a good resume. I work some great jobs here in America. Where I put out applications and it came back null and void. But guess what? All of a sudden, I've been getting email notifications from all kinds of places, even third-party looking places. You know, some wacko looking pages or Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, emails sent on to me that look kind of phony too. Some were possibly authentic, where come work for this place and that place that I feel that's not suitable for me, and it's below me. But what? Now some people may say, yo, you gotta start from somewhere, just go take something. Yo. We got too much ego and pride. And I'm not a victim of that because I ain't take those jobs. Don't even try it. So, however, let me in closing, let me just go to say this, man. I know that there's a lot of brothers and sisters that's on the other side, that's doing them, and they getting money. The ends always justify the means. Because although you may get your money over there for your exploited talents, where we are here in 2023 facing the degeneration of our culture and our heritage, I give you y'all respect for what y'all do, because it takes courage to go in front of a crowd and do a song. It takes willpower to get in front of that screen and to deal with them folks over there on that side. But how long will we continue to do so, have our talents exploited, as well as our culture and everything else, before we make the necessary sacrifices to do what we gotta do, become more self-sufficient, and let the reset button be hit here in America? Think about it. How much music we gonna keep pumping out? Where we got music of the olden days that we can still pull up and listen to today, that gives us more energy and is much more vibrant than what's being put out today. all these sexual explicit lyrics. House parties not even the same. Who even have house parties? Or parties in itself are not even the same. Some of these R&B parties I be looking at that people be posting on Instagram. You see how they dancing and grinding on each other, and what these ladies are wearing and pulling up their skirts and skin is all out. Men daggering on other men. So this is where it's at. This is where we at, huh? For the love of this, we get into the bag. Yeah, the body bag. Africa is looking like a piece of shit right now, and that's another thing too. With all respect due to my African people who come from Africa, y'all coming here at a price. Yo, how long, man? Like I said, the Oreo cookie dairy, man, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Our European and Asian brothers and sisters, those are the one in the middle, which represents that white queen. They in the middle of the good Africans and the bad. So this is really of Africa. This is why we in this rut that we're in. Y'all think y'all making y'all ancestors proud. Go ahead with that BS. We want to make our ancestors proud. Let's get on up out of here to go back home to our tribes. And for all of those that we lost in the grave site, who said that when it's time and we all to go back home with the new exodus and repatriation, let's take the remains of our ancestors who have been buried here right next to their tormentors. Because even in death, you bury next to your damn tormentors. I think it's a game. And y'all keep mixing y'all blood. Still getting exploited out there. For what? Temporary gains that'll be going right back into the same diabolical system, this systematic construct, this matrix. That's all I got to say for now, man. Peace, love, and light.